An arithmetic series is the sum of the terms of an arithmetic sequence. It can be computed using this formula. S sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity of t sub 1 plus t sub n, where S sub n is the sum of the first n terms, t sub 1 is the first term, t sub n is the nth term, and n is the number of terms to be added. There are several methods or formula that can be used to determine the arithmetic series, but we are going to use this one in our lesson. I will give you 3 examples on how to determine. Now let us go to example number 1. We have 3, 8, 13, 18, and then we are going to look for S sub 7. S sub 7 means the sum of the first 7 terms of this arithmetic sequence. Now let n is equal to 7 since we are going to look for the sum of the first 7 terms. And then t sub 1 is equal to 3. Now the common difference is t sub 2 minus t sub 1 is equal to 8 minus 3, which is equal to 5. You can also determine the common difference by subtracting the second term from the third term or the third term from the fourth term. Now let us go to determining the 7th term since we need the 7th term in identifying S sub 7. So using this formula, we have discussed this in our previous lesson. We have t sub n is equal to t sub 1 plus the quantity of n minus 1 times d. Substitute the given value, so we have t sub 7 is equal to 3 plus the quantity of 7 minus 1 times 5. Now we need to subtract first 1 from 7 before we can multiply it to 5. So 7 minus 1 is equal to 6, and then multiply 6 and 5, we have 30. So adding 3 and 30 is 33. So our 7th term is 33. Now let us now compute for S sub 7. So using the formula, S sub n equals n over 2 times the quantity of t sub 1 plus t sub n, we now have S sub 7 equals 7 over 2 times the quantity of 3 plus 33. So 7 over 2 is equal to 3.5. 3 plus 33 is equal to 36. 3.5 times 36 is 126. So the sum of the first 7 terms of this arithmetic sequence is 126. Now let us go to the second example. We need to determine S sub 5 of the arithmetic sequence with first term 100 and common difference negative 10. Now let n be equal to 5. So we need to determine first t sub 5. So using this formula, we now have t sub 5 is equal to 100 plus the quantity of 5 minus 1 times negative 10. So again, we need to subtract this 1. So we have 5 minus 1 is equal to 4, and then multiply 4 and negative 10. So 4 times negative 10 is negative 40. 100 minus 40 is equal to 60. So our t sub 5 or the 5th term is equal to 60. We can now compute for the sum of the first 5 terms of this arithmetic sequence. So using the formula, we have S sub 5 is equal to 5 over 2 times the quantity of 100 plus 60. So 5 over 2 is equal to 2.5. 100 plus 60 is equal to 160. And then 2.5 times 160 is equal to 400. That means the sum of the first 5 terms of this arithmetic sequence is 400. Let us now go to the last example. The sum of the first 4 terms of the arithmetic sequence defined by the general term t sub n is equal to 3n minus 7. Now, we are given the general term, so we need to compute first t sub 1 and t sub 4. Now, t sub 1 is equal to, using this general term, so we need to substitute 1 to n, so we now have 3 times 1 minus 7. Multiply 3 and 1, we have 3 minus 7. 3 minus 7 is negative 4. Now, let us now determine t sub 4. Let n be equal to 4. So, using again the general term, we substitute 4 to n. So, we have 3 times 4 minus 7. Multiply 3 and 4. So, we have 12 minus 7. 12 minus 7 is equal to 5. We can now compute for s sub 4. So, using again this formula, we have 4 over 2 times the quantity of negative 4 plus 5. So, 4 over 2 is equal to 2. Negative 4 plus 5 is 1. So, 2 times 1 is 2. That means the sum of the first 4 terms of this arithmetic sequence is positive 2. Did you answer all items correctly? If yes, very good. So these are the solutions for these problems.